Hey everybody, Al Puglisi Trains. This is the final install on the Holy Cow build on the channel, part one. If you watch the channel, go back on my page or see it in the videos. Part one shows the Holy Cow building behind me here in O scale, the rough end, the concept and the rough end. Part two shows the building done. Part three shows you some of the scenery being roughed in and done, and this will be part four, the finished product. Let me show it to you. Howard, how you doing?
Yeah, Greg buckets of bull poop. I'm doing fine.
Bull poop. No, we had it's funny, for a little humor, we had a customer that we said something of poop on a bowl, and he said, hey, why don't you guys try to poop on the ceiling? So we haven't tried that yet.
Tried that yet.
But let me just back up here and show folks the finished thing, the finished Happy Cow. And it's a diorama that's designed to drop in either on your existing layout, or it can be its own layout. It can be part of a point-to-point. It can be a diorama if you want a work of art and you just want a diorama, and we can finish off the black fascia you see in a much nicer, for additional cost, we can use woods, or we can use a nice material to finish it off. The reason it's black you see here is because it's going to be dropped into my O-scale layout. Just the enormity of it, it's about 2 feet wide by 4 feet long, and it's about 4 feet tall. So it is...
That's 3 feet tall.
About, oh yeah, at least, probably more. And go ahead and keep rotating it there, Howard. There we go. You can stop there. And I'm just going to go in and take some close-ups.
We know the water rotated.
Yeah. Got the waterfall going down into falls here, and we're still pouring the stream here down the center. We're going to put some more Envirotex in there on the stream. And this, again, go ahead and slowly spin it, Howard. I'll show this side here. A loading dock that will join into a road on my layout, and then we showed you the back of it. Again, that drops in on my layout, but then the model dives way down on the other side, so this will drop in on my layout, and you can go ahead and keep it coming. It's a centerpiece. Get back some. Get back. Just to show you the enormity of it. So like I say, folks, this can be, if you want just a diorama, if you want a piece of art, it can be a standalone diorama, and we can trim up the sides you see here, or make them not quite as deep. But it can be a standalone diorama, or it can be custom built to drop right into your layout. And these can be built in HO scale or O scale, and this O scale is going, it's for high rail O scale or regular O scale. You high rail customers that are looking for the very best, this is the ticket. Howard, talk a little bit about we talked about the red rosin paper. Let's talk about the rock castings you used, and show us. Let's talk about it.
The rock castings come from a company called Cribblebush. Now, I bought these years ago. Are they still in business? I do not know, but I'm sure they must have a website. When I bought this rock, the casting was about this long,
right,
by this high,
right,
and you cut it with a sharp scissors. And that's what we put on here.
Do we have one, Lane? I thought we had.
I have a kind of sample here.
A little sample.
A little sample. And the color is absolutely perfect. All we did is highlight it with white, actually antique white, over here.
Right.
You see the highlighting here.
Right.
And it's the base color couldn't be better. It's there's no weight to it.
And the rubber.
The rubber, and You attach it with hot glue,
Right.
and they'll go and hold. They're not going anywhere.
And they're strong.
They're very strong.
You brush up against it, it doesn't crack like plaster. And then the red rosin paper with the coats of glue, Elmer's glue, hardened.
One coat of full-strength Elmer's is all it takes. Now,
Right.
over here, you can knock on this.
Yep.
That's what it's a little bit of flexibility, but
Right.
this will hold trees, anything you want to put in there.
Right.
And the whole hydrocal rock castings, should you go that route, just fine.
Right. Wow. And we're going to pour a little more Envirotex in this because it leaked, a little bit of it leaked out. And like I say, if there's a pinhole leak, Howard, it'll find it, right?
Yes, but this will seal only the leaks, the first coat.
Right.
We pour the second coat, it'll be fine.
It's going to be fine. And then we'll continue that waterfall down. And that'll tie in on my layout on an existing stream or creek that's going to run through my layout that Howard is designing. And fire escapes. Howard, those fire escapes were scratch built, weren't they?
Yes, but using commercial materials.
Right.
This is plaster ladders, plaster. This is all plaster.
Right.
Just cut the fit.
But they weren't bought
No, you have
fire
to,
escape
no.
kits.
Just
Right.
buy the plaster. You can buy the actual vertical rails, or you
Right.
buy the diagonal rails.
Right.
Now the key is everything's designed on a 45 degree angle
To fit it.
as you say.
And then we have, I don't know if we're ever going to find another happy cow like that, folks,
Well,
but
to go to the cow store.
we'll have to go to the cow store. As a matter of fact, how did a piece of hot glue get up there, happy cow?
Now cows, you gotta remember, are female.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bulls are male. And the clusters we talked about, I did a little blurb on 60-second blurbs. These are glued on
Hot glue.
one at a time. We glue one at a time on, and Howard and I sat here all day yesterday and another, a full 8-hour day gluing these on, and then another day this morning, a couple more hours gluing on some additional foliage and bushes. Howard, what would you say that there's about 150 hours in this?
Somewhere in that area,
Yeah.
easily.
And the reason, folks, these cost what they cost, other than the fact that they're works of art, is the materials cost on this thing is just it's astronomical. Materials alone exceeded $1,100. And okay, you look at the chrome foam clusters, $10 a bag. There's 4 different colors here, $40. You look at the Envirotex that you got to use, the windows, the doors have all quadrupled in price. The vents have all quadrupled in price. The gator foam, this thing's built on is what, half-inch thick, or?
It's all half-inch gator foam.
And they're 2x4 sheets, 2 foot by 4 foot.
One sheet. We use one whole sheet of 4x8.
Right.
Cut in the quarters, and that's $165.
Yeah, we wound up using one base sheet and then 4 other sheets.
Well, it was the equivalent of a whole sheet.
Yeah, an entire sheet, because we needed all 4 sides plus legs to hold it up and the inner structure. And then we wanted all 4 sides out of gator foam that are going to tie into the layout and give it strength. So if it had to be transported, we don't ship stuff like this. This would either be a pickup, or we could bring it to you. It would be a fee involved, obviously, for travel.
And
But
you could help them.
we'll
also show them how to install it.
then there'd be a fee for that. But the signs were made by letters.
Cut out letters.
They're
from England, actually. It's called Slaters. They have every possible type of, not every type, but they have beautiful fonts, all sizes.
But the lumber to brace this with, and then you've got your clapboard 6 by 24 inch pieces of clapboard. There were 7 or 8 of those. I mean, it just adds up.
We work for $3 an hour. That's all people expect us to do.
Right.
So it can't be that expensive.
And we're not working for $3 an hour.
Did I ever tell you about the sign I had at the show?
Yeah, you stopped working in 1968 for $1.50.
No. I said before you ask about these structures, please remember that I stopped working for $3 an hour in 1956. Now this over here would have been part of the Holy Shit series. Why do I call it the Holy Shit series? Because now this might be a little off color, but not really. There was a minister who came up to our show and up to my tables, and he looked at the structures. And he was in his minister frock. He had the white collar, and I don't know what kind of denomination he was, but he looked like a minister, clean shaven, white set of white collar, black top hair. And he looks at these and says, "Holy shit!" That's why I call the Holy Shit series.
Wow. Yeah, this is. I'm very honored to have this on my lap. You can have them too, folks. And so a build like this took the two of us, like I said, over 150 hours, every bit of almost 3 solid weeks of doing this.
It's fun week. We love what we do.
Yeah. And the postings, again, you know, I may let it go a week or 2 weeks. I'll shoot part of it, and then another 5 or 6 days, shoot a part of it. So just because you see part 1 the beginning of this week, part 2 in the middle of this week, and part 3 at the end of the week, doesn't mean all that was done this week, because we started on this thing. We're going on almost 3 weeks on this.
Just about.
Yeah. So, folks, if you're interested in one of these, they are not cheap, but if you...
Or we could design anything similar.
Right.
This is an original design. There is no prototype. But we can... all we need is a little bit of input, and we'll come up with a sketch.
Yep.
Now, we do charge for designing, but then again, if we charge you a design fee, and you go ahead and you contract us to build the structure, we refund this. We include the design fee in the final price.
Right.
That's
right.
included.
So there's nothing to lose there.
What has happened, we would design stuff and they take it to somebody else and have it build it.
Right.
And so we said to put a stop to that.
Right. And the way we put a stop to it is you charge a fee for it. And then if you decide you want it built, we'll be happy to apply that. Folks, thanks for watching this. Please subscribe to the channel. We need subscriptions because that's how YouTube pushes and grows the channel. And again, if you're interested in one of these, they're not inexpensive, but it's a work of art, and it could be made as a standalone diorama if you don't want it dropped in your layout, or it could be made as part of a short line. We have a customer that's got, what, 20, 25 of your buildings, Howard, in HO scale?
Yes.
And he's going to string them together in maybe perhaps a short line.
We have the client in the West Coast, and we'll have 28 of our buildings.
Yes. And you can string these together into a 2 foot wide by 6 foot, 8 foot, 10 foot wide, and have an incredible layout with this as a base, and then use another 2 by 4 foot on the other side and another 2 by 4 foot on the other side, and tie all 3 together into an incredible model railroad. So the sky is the limit on this kind of thing.
One thing I want to interject.
Yes.
If you contact us to build something or talk about building, there's 3 things we need from you. Number 1 is a footprint. Number 2 is an approximate budget, so we know we're on the same page.
Right.
And then we need when do you want them?
Right.
And then we have those three things we can build.
Right. Well, Howard, thanks for...
Show hotel.
Yes.
How's that? How's it look?
Let me see. It's the same.
Ah, come on. It's a horse
Thomas Jefferson.
It's no longer a ponytail, it's a horsetail.
Thomas Jefferson. Howard, I really appreciate this. This is a special building for me. This one is not for sale, but like I said, we can do another one. And
not the same, but
right.
Slight changes.
We can do one for you, or we can do it a little different, whatever you decide. Thanks so much, Howard.
You're quite welcome. How's that?